Okay, starting part two of chargebacks. So this is how to deal with chargebacks on Meta Facebook shop platform. Okay, so we left off. You just took the screenshot of this whole basically everything on here, all this information here. Basically, if think about it this way: if you were the bank representative and you had to research this particular appeal that we're trying to put through, what information would you need? Well, you'd need all this. You'd need the tracking number, you'd need the order number, the item, they're here under the shipping address. You'd need all that for the customer. So you want to grab all this information here. Okay. Now, I want to quickly I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm just going to say there's instances where, let's say you're using Amazon, and Amazon obviously has its own shipping. In that case, there is the tracking number. Facebook does, at least unless it's changed, maybe they'll eventually change it, does not actually really recognize, they have no way of actually tracking, I guess, the Amazon tracking numbers. Okay, so what we use are internal. Sometimes you might be using internal tracking numbers. Okay, so these are not going to be tied to this order. Okay, these are just so we can process their order. So if it's sent UPS first class, there is no tracking number. If it's sent Amazon, there is no valid tracking number. So you have to use an internal, what we're just going to call an internal tracking number, to be able to process the order completely. Now, in those cases, I would recommend just deleting this whole thing, because unfortunately that's gonna hurt the cause if it's not an action. If they can't tie it to this order, it's only gonna hurt you. So just remove it entirely, okay, and don't even get into it. But in this case, this tracking number is directly tied to this order, which is good. Okay, so you take that whole copy of that. So now we're going to move on to the actual. So what you want to do is actually pull up don't go through Amazon or eBay or whoever for the tracking information. Copy the tracking number and go to the actual shipping carrier. So whether FedEx or USPS or whoever, just do it. Go there. So you go to their. So this is actual USPS's website here. And as you can see, I already put the tracking number in. And you're going to want to get a copy of this entire page, the whole thing, even the URL up at the top, okay? So it's just like, well, is this real? Is this, you don't want to have anything in doubt, in question, like I said, especially when you're using, especially when the tracking number is actually directly associated with your order. Now, for this particular situation, what concerns me is this, forwarded. So part of the reason one of the reasons they may have filed this chargeback is because they never received the item. And I don't know what, unfortunately, USPS is extremely bureaucratic. Okay, I'm saying that politely. And so it's extremely difficult to get any information from them at all. So this is the only information I have access to, which this may not be sufficient. So I have to make sure I continue to build this case. And I want to kind of lean into their humanity, maybe saying something to the extent of, like, when I'm referencing this in my letter to them, in my appeal letter, just say something like, we're a small family-owned business, and we would be more than happy to assist your client and give them a full refund if they can confirm with us they never received the item. Some language to that extent, saying that you are more than willing to help their client out, if they would close this out for you. But anyways, screenshot this whole thing, okay? Okay, now after you do that, you take the screenshot from the shipping carrier, tracking information, all that. Now you're going to want to start exploring other potential communication avenues the customer may have used to try to contact you. So this is my storefront on Facebook, okay, my shop storefront. So there's a couple ways customers can contact you. One is through their order. That's the best way for them to contact you. One is through your order inbox. They'll send you a message directly through your order. It goes to your order inbox. That's great when that happens. It's very neat, tidy, easy to deal with, much easier. Unfortunately, a lot of times it's connected to emails, and people don't really use emails anymore. Or I'd say probably over half of my customers do, but that's still a huge percentage of people who probably never try. They just use some junk email that they've had for 20 years or something, and they never check it. And that's the one they use for making these purchases. So that's been my feeling. Like it goes to a spam or junk folder, and they never see any of the communications. So another way they can contact is through the shop inbox. Okay, I know this might be confusing. So there's your inner, like inside your commerce manager dashboard order inbox. Okay, that's completely separate from this inbox here. This is your shop inbox. Anybody and their brother can send you a message here. It doesn't have to be a customer. Anybody can send you a message to this inbox. So I go ahead and click on that, and I would start researching your inbox. And I've already done that. There's no messages in here from this particular situation. Okay, I'm just saying you want to go through. This is part of the checklist. You want to go through all these because that's gold. If you can find any evidence that they've ever contacted you. Okay, I'm gonna now we're coming up on 6 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this up as part 2, and we'll hopefully conclude in part 3. So thank you so much for watching.